हाय गाइस, माय नेम इज डॉक्टर जगदीश चतुर्वेदी एंड इस वीडियो में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज एड्रेस करने वाला हूँ एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग राइट कि यार हम लोग एमबीबीएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, एमबीबीएस कर भी रहे हैं या खत्म भी कर दिया, लेकिन हमारे फ्यूचर का क्या होगा? So I'm going to talk to you about all the career options that you have, what kind of money you can earn, आपकी lifestyle कैसे हो सकती है in this video. And I dedicate this to all the hardworking NEET aspirants who are working so hard and those who are probably doing their MBBS and those who have completed their MBBS but are struggling to get into a PG seat. But if you don't get a PG seat, here are some options that I'm going to discuss. तो गाइस मैं अपने ओपीडी चेंबर में बैठा हूँ, नाइस लिटिल स्वीट कैबिन, पेशेंट्स देखने के बाद स्पेंडिंग 15-20 मिनट्स बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ यू हैव रिक्वेस्टेड यार कि हम लोग एमबीबीएस के बाद क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, लाइक लॉट ऑफ मनी एट स्टेक, लॉट ऑफ टाइम एट स्टेक, योर लाइफ इज एट स्टेक. You better know all the options. So I'm going to divide this into two. I'm going to tell you some clinical options and I'm going to give you some non-clinical options. और अगर मैं जब non-clinical options देता हूँ तो please assume that आप उसमें simultaneously clinical work भी करते रह सकते हैं. पहले clinical options में देखते हैं. The first thing that I would recommend is explore the armed forces. The armed force medical services. इसका अलग से entrance होता है. And you have to do a short service or an in-service program जिसमें 5 years you dedicate yourself to the armed forces as a medical officer and have an adventurous life, travel, and after that you automatically qualify for their internal postgraduate examinations, which is not competing with civilians but it's competing with other armed forces medical officers. But reduces the competition significantly, but also you get integrated into a very respectful and powerful system of our country. And of course they pay you well, they take care of you. Your pay grades will start from somewhere between 70 to 80,000 rupees and go all the way up to 2.5 to 3 lakhs based on how you grow. But in addition to that, everything else is taken care of यार. आपको घर मिलता है, नौकर चाकर मिलते हैं, सब चीज डिस्काउंटेड होता है, कैंटीन में एक्सेस मिलती है आपको, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली यू सर्व द कंट्री एंड यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इवन पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट you're covered, your healthcare is covered, your pension's taken care of. It's a very good option to think about, even if you don't take the PG, just after doing the in-service part and being integrated in the armed forces as a medical officer. So think about that. The other thing you could do is you can move abroad. And definitely PLAB is something that you can look at after your MBBS, and once you finish your PLAB and you get your GMC, you can become a general practitioner under the NHS. It's a very lucrative option as well. I think you get paid anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds a month. That is like 2 से 4 lakh रुपए. And of course NHS also gives a lot of its perks. You can go there, get some experience, earn some money, and then also come back and then re-explore your other options, or probably do some post-graduation in the UK. There is MTI, which is a medical training initiative, and also you can then look at postgraduate programs there. Of course, there's USMLE as well for United States. You can give the USMLE exam and then do your residency in the US and then get integrated into their healthcare system. One thing that you should note is if you are right now doing your MBBS and if you are one of those medical colleges that is already recognized by the Ministry of Singapore. There are I think about 15-20 medical colleges. जहाँ से अगर आप MBBS करते हैं आप automatically सिंगापुर में काम कर सकते हैं. Not many people know that. So go to this, you can Google it, and I'm putting a list of those medical colleges here as well. But if you have passed out from any of these colleges, just directly apply and work in Singapore. One of my very good friends and seniors is working in Singapore, and it's a very good healthcare system. They pay you well. I think he earns anywhere between 3 to 5 lakhs a month for more than half, for less than half the work that you would do in India. The other thing that you can try is you can join the Indian Railways as a doctor. So if you give the UPSC exam, the Combined Medical Services exam, then you can apply to the IRMS, which is the Indian Medical Railway Service. And you get integrated into the medical service of the railways. So you get paid pretty much like a central government pay scale, anywhere from starting 80,000 per month all the way to 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs a month based on your seniority, and plus Again, you get quarters, you get a lot of support, you get a lot of concession in your railway travels. So that's definitely something that you can look at. The other thing is you can look at the ESI hospitals. So the ESI hospitals are basically the Employee State Insurance Corporation, ESIC hospitals, हर state में रहता है. And इसका आपने अगर MBBS किया हुआ है और 2 साल का experience है, then you can look at when there are vacancies and you can start applying for this. They also give you a lot of perks, government quarters, and I think the pay scale varies from state to state. Southern states mein the pay scale is a little lesser, especially in Karnataka. You may start with somewhere around 50 or 55,000 rupees per month, but Kerala, Tamil Nadu pay better, 65, 70. If you're up Delhi, everything starts from 80 plus. But most of the states are somewhere in that range as a monthly salary right after your MBBS, which is pretty good. But the most important thing that you can do, which many people don't assume कि एक option है, यार आप अपनी clinical practice खोल सकते हो MBBS के बाद. And अब तो बहुत आसान हो गया, because generally I know clinical practice after MBBS is very competitive, but if you do some research and you find localities जहाँ पर healthcare facilities नहीं हैं और आप अपना वहाँ clinic establish करते हो, और clinic establish करने के लिए आपको शुरू में 1 से 2 लाख रुपए का खर्चा करना पड़ेगा for the first 5-6 months, क्योंकि आप रेंट दे रहे होगे, थोड़े से सर्टिफिकेशंस आपको चाहिए होंगे, थोड़ा सा इक्विपमेंट में आपको इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा, एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा वर्ड ऑफ माउथ मार्केटिंग होगी, एंड देन you build your practice up. Typically it takes 3 to 6 months using the 3 A's. You're affordable, you are accessible, and you're available at all times. But now, because of the pandemic and post-pandemic, nothing stops you from registering yourself on one of these online platforms like MFind, Librate, Practo. So many of them are there, and a lot of startups are now creating more doctor-patient platforms. इसमें कुछ खर्चा ही नहीं है आपका, मे बी 3,000-5,000 रुपीज रजिस्ट्रेशन देंगे, या थोड़ा सा आपको वहां पर to be visible in the searches you may have to pay 5 or 10,000 rupees. It's much lesser than spending 1 or 2 lakh rupees, right? And then you can spend 2 hours or 3 hours seeing patients. आपको फिर ये इंटरफेस से भी आप used to हो जाओगे, and that will start building a clientele, some social media presence, Google searches पे you should show up as a doctor, and a lot of these things, the earlier you start, the better you build your practice, and for an MBBS doctor, you can start with something as simple as a 150 to 300 rupee consultation fee, whether it's in person or online. If you go to places like Mumbai, Maharashtra, many MBBS doctors charge 500 to 700 rupees also. So looking at the state and everything, and even if you get 5 or 10 patients a day and you're practicing 20 to 25 days a month, that's not very bad to get started, because you should keep growing that. And I think regardless of आप क्या कर रहे हो, अगर आप prepare भी कर रहे हो या कुछ भी कर रहे हो for your PG, अगर आपने MBBS complete कर ली है या MBBS equivalent कुछ भी आपने कर लिया है, definitely have that presence and experience of doing some online practice, because this is very unique opportunity for you. ये हमारे लिए नहीं था, बल्कि 2-3 साल पहले तो टेलीमेडिसिन इलीगल भी हुआ करता था, बट नाउ थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग एंड यू शुड कैपिटलाइज ऑन दैट, because the older doctors are going to find it hard. They already are finding it very hard to get their online practice going. They're very used to their conventional practice. You guys are young, you can pick it up very easily, and now with artificial intelligence, machine learning, I think this is going to be a very significant part of healthcare practice in the future, so tap into that. The one other thing that you can do is you can be a non-PG JR, non-postgraduate JR in colleges where you work just like a postgraduate resident, but you don't get a postgraduate degree. Like I did non-PG JR in psychiatry in NIMHANS. I did criminal psychiatry and OCD में किया था, उसके बाद भी मैं सुधरा नहीं, लेकिन अच्छा खासा I think उस समय तो 50-60,000 पर मंथ मिलता था, I think 70-80,000 हो गया है पर मंथ, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है वो. But most other medical colleges, hospitals also have non-PGJR positions, and they pay you equivalent to their PGs, which typically starts from 50 plus thousand rupees per month. Adds very well into your CV as well, and definitely get a few publications. One other option is joining the Medical Science Frontiers, Doctors Without Borders. It's a very interesting initiative. I know some of my friends who do this. They go to Iraq and they go to all these resource constrained places and provide healthcare facilities. Really makes you a much better doctor. gives you a lot better experience in resource constrained settings, and they pay you fairly okay. They take care of your travel and your stay, and they also pay you some amount of money. I don't know what exactly it is because I think each project is different, but somewhere to the amount of 50 to 70,000 rupees per month, basic pay is provided. So these are some of the medical clinical options that you can do if you don't get your PG. But आपको 2 साल 3 साल आप वेट कर रहे हो और आपको PG मिल जाती है तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. But here are some of the non-clinical options that I can say. One is take a research position. A lot of pharma companies look for researchers, and being a doctor researcher especially is a big plus. They pay you well also. These pharma companies can start with 1 to 1.5 lakhs per month kind of a package, so which could be 15 to 20 lakhs an annum kind of a package. So what is very important that you should do is even either during MBBS or after your MBBS, and in some cases even before MBBS, start getting some publications. It's easy to write papers, co-write it with some doctors who are professors or assistant associate professors at different medical colleges. उनको हमेशा बहुत सारे पेपर लिखने होते हैं, उनके खुद के स्टूडेंट लिखते नहीं हैं उनके लिए, राइट? अगर आप जाके उनके साथ अटैच हो जाते हो, and don't forget this, there is a student observership which is there in every student section of most medical colleges. 10-15 हज़ार रुपए देके मंथली स्टूडेंट ऑब्जर्वर बन सकते हो, उसका सर्टिफिकेट भी मिलता है, एड्स ऑन टू योर सीवी. एक स्टूडेंट ऑब्जर्वर बन के किसी भी आपकी जो फील्ड ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उस डॉक्टर के साथ, उस यूनिट या डिपार्टमेंट के साथ आप अटैच हो जाइए और 2-3 पब्लिकेशन निकाल दीजिए. ड्यूरिंग योर MBBS, इफ यू गेट 3 or 5 गुड पब्लिकेशंस इन इंडेक्स जर्नल्स, यू आर वेरी वेल सूटेड फॉर ऑल अपॉर्चुनिटीज. जनरली पब्लिकेशंस ही देखते हैं, आपका नीट स्कोर, आपके MBBS मार्क्स कोई नहीं देखता, लेकिन आप कितने पब्लिकेशंस हुए हैं, क्या क्वालिटी ऑफ पब्लिकेशंस हैं, वेदर आप केस स्टडीज लिखते हो, केस रिपोर्ट लिखते हो, या अगर आप कोई भी ओरिजिनल रिसर्च लिखते हो, या सिस्टमैटिक रिव्यू के लिए या मेटा एनालिटिकल रिव्यू के लिए आपको तो कहीं जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. अब यू जस्ट रिव्यूइंग ऑल दी पब्लिकेशंस. इस तरह के आर्टिकल्स अगर आप लिखते हो तो आपको ये इस जो फार्मा की जो रिसर्च कंपनीज हैं, ये इसमें आपको एज इजिली मिल जाएगा. There's also a very interesting course run by IIT Kharagpur, MMST, Masters of Medical Science and Technology. It is made only for MBBS graduates. So competition that way is significantly lesser, and this is probably the only IIT that runs that. It's a 2 years master's program, fantastic program that allows doctors who are interested in technology to get that formal degree from an IIT. इससे ज़्यादा क्या चाहिए? और उस समय भी आपको स्टाइपेंड मिलती है, आई थिंक 50-70,000 आई थिंक बढ़ गई होगी, बट समथिंग टू दैट इफेक्ट. बट उसके बाद डायरेक्टली एंटरिंग सम लार्ज मेडटेक कंपनी लाइक जॉनसन एंड जॉनसन, GE, Medtronic, Philips, all of these companies look for doctors with this kind of background, and people who've done those courses have done quite well. So that is one more thing that you can look at. The other important thing is Masters of Public Health, and you can do an MBA in health in hospital management. हेल्थ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट में MBA कर लिया, मास्टर्स इन पब्लिक हेल्थ अगर आपने कर लिया, बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स हैं. There are a lot of these programs that also run abroad. Many of them are also correspondence based. These can easily get you into ICMR, UNICEF, UNESCO, WHO, go into policy decision making and all of those kind of roles. If you do a masters in hospital administration, तो फिर तो आप medical superintendent बन सकते हैं. You can run hospitals. And I know some of my very good friends who run hospitals, especially also this one which I'm at. It's a very, very rewarding job because you are enabling healthcare for patients. You're providing facilities, you're providing doctors, you're running the entire show. And you can still do your practice. So that's definitely something that you can explore right after your MBBS. Insurance companies. There are a lot of these insurance companies, and who do you think makes those insurance policies and who's basically reviewing कि वो timeline क्या होना चाहिए, कौन से diseases होने चाहिए? It's all doctor driven, right? There are a lot of doctors on the panels of these insurance companies. You can definitely apply, look for job opportunities in insurance companies and get recruited there. The other thing you can do is you can do fellowships. There are a lot of fellowships for MBBS graduates if you want to look into innovations and entrepreneurship. My company, Hi, we have our own entrepreneurship program. It's a certificate program which teaches doctors how to become innovators and then also help you spin out a startup company. But then there are other reputed programs, like there is this global Stanford Biodesign program, the one that I did, Stanford India Biodesign, वो बंद हो गया है. अब वो global Stanford Biodesign program हो गया है, which is a 1-year fellowship in Stanford University. Teaches you how to become an innovator. And there are similar programs by University of Michigan and I think University of Missouri also has it in the US. Johns Hopkins has its own innovation program. In the UK, Cambridge and Oxford universities, they have it. MIT in the US also has their own innovation program. India mein, there is a School of International Biodesign, SIB, collaboration between AIMS and IIT Delhi. They have their annual fellowships. You can definitely join those. You can also look at our program. So hum to padhai denge aapko. And these will give you some fellowships and some additional, edge to look at the entrepreneurial side, developing technologies, developing products and services. And all of these at the end of the day help patients. And like me, I'm still practicing. Doesn't stop you from practicing. Okay. In fact, it's better and it's also well accepted if you are still doing your clinical work while you do these kind of other roles, because then you understand what the grassroots problems on the ground are, and then you can implement them into your ideas and solutions. Okay. Even in a startup, जब आपको funding मिलती है, whether it's a government fund or whether it's an angel or a venture capital fund, you are allowed to take some monthly salaries, and usually they're anywhere between 50 to 80,000 rupees, and sometimes as high as 2 lakh rupees based on your experience and the value you bring to the company, and if it is justified for you to take, such a pay. तो एंड उसके बाद ऑफ कोर्स अगर आपका टेक्नोलॉजी लाइसेंस आउट हो जाता है, सेल आउट हो जाता है, जैसे मेरे काफी सारे टेक्नोलॉजीज लाइसेंस आउट हो गए हैं, आपको फिर 6 monthly ईयरली रॉयल्टीज मिलती हैं, एंड दैट रियली गिव्स यू अ लॉट ऑफ पैसिव इनकम across the road. And if you write books like I have, books also give you a lot of royalties, and so those are some of the options that you can do. But remember that in a startup you have to spend 3 to 5 years, develop some technology while you can do your clinical practice, but the returns start showing a little later. But if you get bought out, or if your shares of your company get bought out, then you just become a millionaire overnight. That is the option that only a startup or an entrepreneurial journey can give you. Most other places you will have a very stable, predictable growth, but idhar lottery lag sakti hai. Yeah, maybe not in the first startup, second startup, but agar aap constantly ye space samajhte hain and you are smart with the people you work with, how you raise funds and how you bring out your technologies, it's definitely very non-competitive market in India right now. The पूरे 1.3 billion population के लिए कुछ hardly 1,000-1,500 startups हैं, उसमें से अधिकतर तो फेल ही होती हैं. जो अच्छे हैं वो कुछ 50-100 हैं और उन लोगों को करोड़ों की फंडिंग मिलती है. एंड सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन गेट इनटू नाउ एंड ग्रो योर फ्यूचर लेटर ऑन. एंड अगर आपको अपनी स्टार्टअप नहीं खोलनी है तो आप किसी की स्टार्टअप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. आजकल दैट इज अ प्लेस वेयर डॉक्टर्स देयर इज द ह्यूज शॉर्टेज ऑफ, क्योंकि ये जो स्टार्टअप्स बनाते हैं नॉर्मली एक इंजीनियर डिजाइनर की टीम होती है, or somebody from business background is starting something in healthcare. They don't understand much of the ground realities or the the detailed knowledge that one needs to run a healthcare company. So becoming a clinical director, even a consulting clinical director or a consultant or an advisor is actually a very simple way for you to do your clinical practice, but also then contribute towards innovation and research. And these kind of roles can, either you can charge an hourly consulting, rate of 5,000 to 10,000 rupees, or you can get paid monthly anywhere between, 75,000 rupees to 2 or 3 lakhs based on your experience and what you bring onto the table. And then that becomes, reduces the burden. Like आपको फिर company startup करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप just existing companies join कर सकते हो. So my app Hi, HIIH, if you download it, we have a database of 200 startups. You can just go through that database, and if you like some particular company, you can just get in touch with their CEO, उनका email मिल जाएगा. Or if you want to form your own company, then my platform for free of cost allows you to also find other engineers, designers, scientists who can form a company with you. So I hope all of these options made sense to you, and I hope you realize कि अगर आपको PG नहीं मिलती है, it is not at all the end of the world. And maybe you're just wanting something because everybody else is wanting it. अभी सभी भेड़ चाल में पीजी कर रहे हैं और आप भी पीजी कर रहे हो, लेकिन पीजी के बाद भी सेम कंपटीशन फेस करना है, सेम मार्केट में आपको अपने आप को एस्टैब्लिश करना है पेशेंट्स देखने के लिए. सो इतने सारे ऑप्शंस हैं जो आप पैरेलली परस्यू कर सकते हो, which will just make you a lot more stable in your career, much more atmanirbhar, and a lot more reliant, in your whole life. It's always good to be able to create as much impact as possible. अब जब आप मल्टीपल चीज करके इम्पैक्ट कर सकते हो तो एक ही चीज के पीछे क्यों दौड़ रहे हो? और अगर नहीं भी मिलती है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बहुत सारी चीजें जिसके पीछे लोग नहीं दौड़ रहे हैं, आप आराम से उसको ले सकते हैं. वैसे I'm underplaying that. There's competition in all of these things that I told, but I'm sure you'll be able to crack it. All right. So stay safe and टेंशन ना लो. बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं और नए नए ऑप्शंस बन रहे हैं और मुझ जैसे लोग और नए नए ऑप्शंस बनाएंगे. So don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you like. Stay happy, stay safe, and most importantly, treat patients and keep everyone around you healthy.